What's going on, gamers? So, some of the Jays eventually, every once in a while, have to act up on the PlayStation world. So here we have Jay Barry here having another take where you're just, the Bill Murray. Yeah, it's like, so Astral Cyborg's title here says PlayStation PC strategy is causing people to buy their overpriced collector's editions less. Yes, he says this in this video because Sony went to PC. That's going to hurt the hardware sales big time, and it's going to damage people getting the collector's edition. No, because nobody wants to pay for that shit. Dude, out of all things, he copes on that instead of realizing, dude, shit is just expensive in general. Everything's expensive. People can barely afford anything. What the hell does Sony putting their games on PC have anything to do with overpriced collector's editions? Like the Last of Us Complete Edition, all that dumb stuff, man. Like, and that's not even a collection edition, but you guys get what I mean. Nobody just wants it. That's it. Physical media has been declining in general, and that was showed in their report. And then he comes and says this. This is what cracks me up. So we're ready to see what he's going to be saying. Let's get into this. Like, subscribe. Then we'll look at some of these comments, starting with Cage's down there. All right.
Here's the new uh 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 here's the new key measures or the new indicators. PlayStation 5 hardware units sold globally. So they focusing on the hardware, which is good, because at the end of the day, the core audience, that's where
Oh yeah, something where they were never making a profit before, and they made tons of money everywhere else. Let's focus on that for the biggest money growth. No, they said that because that leads to their monthly active users from people buying that and the subs they get out of that and everything else. You want to look at it that way. Now we need more hardware sales so we can make tons of money. Yeah, no, that only ever happened with Nintendo. Historically, you can look at the facts. Even when they had the court documents with Activision versus Sony, right? Remember that? Or Microsoft, Activision, and Sony, right? In court, they were basically saying everything sells at a loss except Nintendo when it came to hardware. Those people had the wrong idea. Here we are again talking about hardware, and then Sony needs to stay exclusive. I can already see it coming again, just not getting the picture, but spinning the same old thing that's played out that they've moved on from, and they're still coping on it. Cope.
the core PlayStation audience, that is where we're at. We're at the PlayStation 5 or even PlayStation 4 hardware. To not have that in your focus as far as you want to continue to push that, to me, that's a big detriment on the platform itself. Putting these games on these other platforms is not going to increase.
No. We've proven this already with the third-party success being 90%, and the extreme opposite in the Nintendo world. That mostly on PlayStation, people wake up and what are you playing? If you looked at the watch time engaged and you see what party that was, you would see 90% probably be third-party games. Then you realize, man, most people waking up every day playing what on PlayStation? Of course, because none of their games last forever. They're all movies. When are you going to play movies over and over again? Ones you've already seen too, because it's not based off of gameplay like Nintendo, where you get direct gameplay. You can just go back and play NES Mario right now and just keep playing it, just because of the way they designed it. It's timeless evergreen. But some of these things are kind of like these Western bundled imitations put together with PlayStation's engine and all that, with a narrative thing and all that. I mean, it is nice, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to be playing that all day. I need to wake up from that delusion. You're going to go to some other person's game that they probably money at it or something you can't get anywhere else. And there's nothing wrong with PlayStation first party games. They're good games. I'm just saying you can't play them forever. So it's massively third party.
Increase PlayStation hardware sales going forward.
And they don't release a lot of games.
You know what I mean? What they have right now, game come out a year, whatever. I don't think it's truly affecting what PlayStation is doing right now. But also I can go on the flip side of that as well. Right? Where this generation, especially that PlayStation has announced a lot of their games is going to be going to like PC later on. I have noticed something with the PlayStation like games and like the collector's editions, or even some of the unique stuff that the games have. They're not selling out on a full clip like they normally would.
What does that have to do with that? That's because they're overpriced and nobody wants them. Guys, I don't get how going to PC is going to affect limited edition sales that are specifically tied into the PlayStation ecosystem. when they announced them. What the hell does that have to do with PC? I guarantee you, if you put those collector's editions down, even $70, $80, they sell out instantly. You think that's gonna stop? Oh no, it's on PC. It's $100 cheaper. I'm not doing it. Oh, I just defeated that logic. We know that's bullshit.
You remember when God of War Ragnarok came out?
I had it.
This is when before PlayStation put out their full message as far as what they're gonna do on multi-platform, and here's the timeline and all that stuff. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, them shits was selling out. All the
Those times are over with. They've canceled so much stuff after we're all the way here now. Why are we so what? You know what I mean? And the other ones would do the same thing. It's not like that changed. It's just that they lost their way and got too much into live service. That has nothing to do with any other platform.
The collector's edition before, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, they sell out. If you go to the PlayStation Direct right now, Ghost of Yote, this ain't sold out.
You think?
You can still order this joint. Spider-Man 2.
What does that have to do with PC though? If somebody wants it, they're gonna get it. It's for other means. It has nothing to do with that.
One of the biggest games for them to release, Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
That is not sold out.
Duh, it's a Marvel game. One of the biggest things in the world. It's easy.
Where's that?
It already took care of itself before you even got the
Spider-Man 2
IP.
Collector's Edition. Not sold out. Look, Death Stranding. Not sold out.
Dude, nobody's going to buy that. Most people are digital now. Why would you pay for overpriced collectors just to sit around and do nothing? Nobody does that stuff anymore. That's outdated worlds. It's cool, but nobody wants it. That's all it is. And he's making up excuses as if like if Sony stopped putting games on PC, these collector editions would be selling out. I'm sorry, but that is one of the lowest IQ statements I've ever seen.
Like normally
recently.
Before a PlayStation put up a collector's edition, that junk will be selling out, bro. Man, they got the Negro Leagues for $60 now. Crazy. Spider-Man 2. Still available.
Who would buy that?
A popular game like that. Still available.
And just add more.
You think that the PC move is not affecting some of these collector's editions? And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, hey man, you're just looking into it, Barry. You're looking too deep into it. But no, it does align.
No, you're looking way too far off wrongly on it. You're not even deep into it. You're way off wrongly. Why the hell? Like, I just don't understand how that mixes. And it's just really annoying. Let's finish this.
Itself, bro.
Good
when
Lord,
they
man.
announced this full
No crashing necessary
move
needed.
for PC, these things are selling less and less and less. Obviously, somebody that has a PC, they're gonna wait it out. You know, before.
What does that have to do with the collector's edition that is only available to get exclusively, not on PC, on the console, for people who are a few hundred people that will want to buy that? He acts like there's like 1 million copies of collector's editions sitting there. It's literally just dude, nobody wants to pay $230 for a PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 collector's edition. Version, a game just like that sitting there. Nobody wants that. If so, they would have gotten it. Just Marvel freaks in general. It has nothing to do with PC. It's the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen. Let's finish this. Oh my god, man!
You had that strategy, or before you had that business plan. Nobody knew what you was doing. With
somebody
PC.
helped us.
It was coming out.
Lord help
4 years, 5 years.
Some help.
You know, after release.
YouTube help.
Them shits. These things were selling out. The collector's edition was selling out. As PCs growing more and more, you're seeing less of these things selling out. And the fact that you're going to be releasing your games, you know, a year later.
Unbelievable. This does not affect Sony whatsoever. They'd be more worried about actual copies being bought on PC than anything else, because they got what they needed on PlayStation a while ago and made their profit. Sold over 10 million plus. What are we talking about? That little stuff ain't compared to the copies that was just moving on sale all the time. That's nothing. It's just a luxurious, optional purchase that is not hurting PlayStation. Ponies, sit down. Man, we got a score, man. See, this is consistently acting up, man. Let me know what you guys think about this, all right? Later.